Hello and welcome back to Colonial Kerbals. In the last episode, you'll remember I had a little bit of a problem with getting Jebediah back into the pod as well as getting him back into the Space Center. Well, I figured out the problem, and it was caused by the Universal Storage. It was creating a duplicate amount of life support in the pod. All I had to do was delete the config file out of there, and that fixed the problem. So we have Jebediah back. I also recruited 2 Kerbals just in case. We have Hadzor and Barkin. So let's see what contracts we have available now. Well, since apparently I didn't get that the last time, we'll get signs from around Kerbin. And we have Explore Moon. Well, Explore Mun. Oh, okay. We can hold off on that one for right now. Okay. And I think we'll just do that one for right now. So, with it being a night launch, this should be fun. Let's see here. We have our Orbiter Mark 1. We'll go ahead and load that up. Basically, it's our same ship that we had before. Complete with goo. And let's take a different Kerbal this time. How about Hadzor? Just for fun. And we'll go ahead and launch. Configure visible buttons, okay. Oh, it's over here now. I want it over here. Okay, we'll observe the mystery goo. Keep that data. I thought I had this one, but apparently not. So, we'll turn on the SAS, we'll throttle all the way up, and in 3, 2, 1... off we go. I know this is kind of a repeat mission of what I've already done, but apparently I'd forgotten to grab the science mission around Kerbin. And go ahead and kick those off to the side. And we will continue on our way up. So hopefully soon I can start developing our first part of this mission, our first part of the series, which is to be able to get to Mun and back. And I want to do that as soon as possible. I think I've got enough stuff now I can make a ship that'll be able to last getting there and returning with our Kerbals without having to worry about life support too much. Let's go ahead and start our 45-degree gravity turn. And that'll just probably be our basic little simple one-man crew going and returning. Or actually, I think I'll do what I originally intended. I'll send a probe first. The reason being is that I don't want to risk killing Kerbals if I don't have to. That'll come later. Now my first big objective is to get a space station around Kerbin, since the Kerbal colonization pack has been updated to where it has an orbital station add-on part, I guess. But you'll see that. Okay. We're at 20 kilometers. No new experiment yet. I'm just trying to see if I may have to take and just do that contract one try off screen just to see if it's possible to get the contract fulfilled with a probe or not, if it has to be manned or not. I'm hoping it doesn't have to be manned. And now we'll continue on our way up. Actually, we should level out our orbit just a little bit. And we'll go ahead and stop right there. Oh, you might also notice that it's really dark. It's really, really dark. I have Distant Enhancement mod on. There we go. So what this allows is you'll see there's a bright dot of light right below the engine right there. Mun's very visible. There's a blinking dot right there, and I believe that's Eve. Another big dot right there. And I think that's the only ones we can see right now. But even in the daytime, you can kind of pick out planets and Mun. Okay. So at 26 seconds, we're going to go ahead and kick on to full throttle. And we will get ourselves into orbit. I hope. I don't think we're going to achieve orbit this time. I have this very sneaking suspicion that it is not going to happen. Nope, it is not going to happen. Okay. Well, I don't think I grabbed any of these. No, I did. I grabbed one of these. Yes, I did. Alright, well we can grab one of those. And that should have... Was that from around Kerbin? Okay, I think that was just around Kerbin. Well, this has been kind of uneventful. Let's go ahead and ditch this. And move ourselves to this. I don't know what this maneuver node's for. Oh, it's for the orbit that I did not achieve. Okay. Looking around, seeing if I can find any more bright points of light, but I can't. No city lights. I must be over water. Let's go ahead and get ourselves down into the atmosphere here. And I'll have to redesign this so it can actually achieve orbit. Shouldn't be too hard to do. We've got plenty of life support. Actually. We got 3 days of food, a little over 2 days of water, 2 days of oxygen. And 1 hour of power. Because somewhere on the ship I have a battery. Keep the tip of the ship. Whoops. I don't want to move that around. Got to keep the tip of the ship up so that way the parachutes don't pop. And 1.5 kilometers away. That should be going bye-bye soon. Hopefully. Nice little... Oh, there we go. Well, let's see here. Okay, so what we're seeing, if I'm looking at that right, we are seeing Ike blinking right there. That should be Duna and Ike. And then Moho should be right there. And that's got to be Eve. No, I had it wrong. Might be Gilly. No, we're seeing Ike. No, we are seeing Gilly. Okay. Then Duna's the second dot. And that's Moho. That's kind of a neat mod. And then probably that is going to be... Oops. That back there will probably be Jewel, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're coming in on the sunny side. Should make for an interesting landing. I mostly wanted to put this video up because at the moment, I had not much else I could do until I had figured out the mod problem, and once that was figured out, I can start making more, more videos. So hopefully that'll solve the problem that I was having. I like how when the sun's there, it blinds you out pretty well. But this was mostly to show that I had fixed the problem with the EVA pack and the unable to board the craft. But since that wasn't a problem on my side of flying the ship, it was more of a mod conflicting problem. I had turn off for just that portion of Jeb's flight, the respawnable Kerbals, so that way I could get him back, because that wasn't something that I had originally intended on happening. Let's go ahead and turn that off, and whoa, we'll go ahead and spin around, and it looks like we're in the Highlands, quite possibly. Oh. Okay, I need to reconfigure these parachutes because they do not go off when I'm telling them to. I like how there's a city right there, but there's no buildings. And there go the lights. And we are down. We'll go ahead and physics warp down almost to the ground. And hopefully I haven't gotten this data here. Okay, and we should be touching down. And apparently I already had this. So let's go ahead and recover the vessel. And we got the science. We got a little over $2,000 in recoverable funds at only 36%. And we got our crew back for a total of 6. And then we got our contract for another 31,000 funds, 1 science point, and 134 rep. So actually our craft, I think, was... Okay, time to redesign this upper stage. Upper stage needs bigger tank of fuel, bigger that engine. Apparently I can't. And needs bigger. Oops. Bigger. Give me my solid rocket booster. Okay, so we have our 2 solid rocket boosters. There we go. And just to make sure these aren't the problem, I'm going to go ahead and scrap those in favor of these 2. Oops. Mostly just redesigning so that way I can get more out of the ship. And we'll go ahead and rename this the Mark II. And in the next episode, we are going to go for... I think we're going to try and... We're going to try and do this one. But I'm going to see if we can do it as a probe instead of a manned mission. Although it does give me enough of advance, I think I could actually pull it off. But we will have to wait and see. So, with that, if you liked the episode, I know it was kind of a repeat of the last one, but it was just more of a test for me. Well, yeah, probably should go and spend some science. Let's see here. Ooh. Science Junior. The magnetometer boom. And a universal storage science bay. These will be helpful. So will that, though. Because I don't think we have probes yet. Do we have probe? Probe? No probe. Okay, so we need this. That's 45 science, and we need this. That's 45 science, and we need this. So we'll go ahead and get this whole tier tree. And now we can build our MUN science probe / return vessel. But for that, you'll have to wait for the next episode. So if you did enjoy it, please like, favorite, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you'd like to. And Until next time, guys, have fun.